As usual, the music runs out of time so much faster than my brain can understand, which means it's time for the one. It's time for the two.
Dose.
And it's time to check in on the microphones. I totally spaced out last week and didn't just order it immediately. So, same microphones, unfortunately. If you are popping into the live chat early here, please do us. I think I'm going in and out. What up, Mr. Steezy? How is the microphone coming in, brother man?
What's it sound like, Steez? Hey, dang.
How she be signed?
Wilkinson isn't first. Uh-oh, she might have
man, she be
asleep.
slipping. She be slipping.
I think it's sounding all right.
And then she gonna blame it on me because usually she just wait for me to send it to her. How is everybody in the live chat be doing? Was there any from the last week that was interesting to you that needs more awareness before we be getting going? Okay. Okay.
Some sharing has been happening. I think we got 2 new followers, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, yeah. I think that was 36 last week. That's what's up, bruh.
So y'all must be leaving your hoe badges behind and sharing the show. Much appreciated. Watchers. All right. Mostly just a busy, hot, agonizing week.
Yeah.
This, the whole weather manipulation. How come it's so hot? How come we ain't making it less hot if we can manipulate the weather? Come on now. I'm sure we're paying for it. I'd like to see a little bit
we're
of
paying for it.
Yeah. More likely we could get that we get that AC on the earth turned back on. That'd be great. All right. Heck yeah. Well, it's looking pretty and sounding good.
I feel like if I was doing like the, am I going to be microphone? Okay. So we're looking for, is it echoing? And are we cutting in and out while we're talking? Those are the 2 things I need help detecting if we're having those problems. If I was the Democrats though, if I was working on the team to try and like push climate change, I wouldn't be selling like, oh no, the waters line are rising. I would just show pictures of this weekend, dog.
Right.
I'd just be like, do you want to be like this? And it's everybody that's like sweating, like
yeah, dude.
That's climate change.
Just sitting outside. Just sitting outside, you're sweating. I'd say you're echoey if you look away from the mic, but if you're looking right into the mic, it sounds really good.
Oh, okay. It's not too shabby.
Yeah.
Oh, are you listening?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I had to see
the monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, dig it.
Yep.
That's probably why people wear
headphones. Yeah. That half echo, I think, is when we're looking away from the mics.
That's interesting.
It does that.
That's interesting. So it gets confused.
You just have it glued to the mouth.
Audio signal. Okay.
All right. Heck yeah.
What
stood out to you during the week, Steezy? Yeah. See if we have it in the locals. Get into this thing. Get these people their awareness. Get our awareness. Get back out to
good enough. That means it's time to welcome you back to the TrutherCast. It's home of the TrutherCast, and we are here as usual ready to take y'all's truth orders. If you got some questions about some things you heard about from last week, or maybe even earlier, before that, make sure to drop it down there in the, chat down below if you're live, comments if you are watching back on the post. But, hey, we're just trying to not be two more dudes out here bitching and moaning, trying to bring you some positivity, some hopium, if you will, about what's going on around the old, interwebs of, political, pop culture kind of nature and stuff like that. So, definitely hang on in here if you are a new person around here. I would appreciate it if you give it a shot, because we're going to be going through the locals community, which you can join by hitting that red button down below, that join button. You can join us for free. Sign up if you would like to comment or post your own things in the locals community so we can talk about it on the weekly TrutherCast live show. Love to have you in there. Definitely helps keep the lights on if you do sign up. It's a pretty low cost, You can sign up, throw a couple schmeckles our way. But Mr. Dan loves to make sure everybody's got a freeway.
You click a couple buttons, bing, bong, boom, and you shared the show and avoided being a hoe. That easy. Share the show and you're not a hoe, as our great friends Andy and DJ like to say, which we get a lot of our inspiration from. If you haven't checked out their show yet, go get hooked. Go share their show. I mean, you're gonna have to do 2 shares at that point, but it's okay. It's work that's doable. Your thumb will not even notice the little bit of work that it did.
That would be funny if we got another fan of the Andy Frisella, and then they get on ours and they're like, "Oh, come on, guys! Now I've got double hoage a week if I watch y'all's show, man."
Everywhere you go, it's just another place you have to avoid being a hoe.
Got duck and dive, man.
Yeah.
I guess I seen one. It's like stupid, so I flick right past it.
Dive, dodge, and dip.
There's some couple going viral because they went to some Cardi B show or something, and she's dancing like a literal stripper, and you can see the girl clinging on to the dude because he's like,
throw dollars, have to throw dollars.
She clinging onto his arm he could jump on that at any moment. We've gotten too close. And it's this is Cardi B and this is the couple.
Don't touch. Otherwise, I will cut that hand off when we get home, mister.
Much appreciated for the microphone check in. A little bit of echo. Dang it. What up, Wilkinsane? What up, Wilkinsane? Let us know if it's real bad. And yeah, it is echoing real bad. Oh, but it cuts me off. Cuts me off if I talk real quiet. Let it echo if it's real loud. That is another thing that your subscription to the locals community or a random donation will go to. It will help not only keep the lights on, but it will help us build the budget for the new microphones, because these are not for a multi-person studio, I do not believe. Yeah. All right, I'm tightening Dan up a little bit, so if he's in and out, let me know. I'll just do the mute myself thing last week, and
you can never tighten up me. I'm always loose. Hold up, wait a minute.
You've been hanging out with Cardi B?
Whoa. Hey, yep. Not like that. Not that loose.
What up, Wilkinsane? Thanks for popping on in here. We do appreciate you saying hello. Very, very many thank yous. And if you got to go night-night, that's cool. We understand. We appreciate you every week.
Try to get one story of awareness before it goes to marinating time.
Yeah, I think I had 1 or 2 that I put on here that I wanted you to see, Wilkinsane, that I didn't tell you about in real life, so that you just see it on the show. But you can always watch it back tomorrow on your way out. First up, we got a Dan post. Alert!
Going off the most recent. Are way down.
Yeah, that's how we've been doing it lately with most recent stuff. You want to come back to yours?
Oh, it don't matter.
if you're
the Illinoisans need to be aware.
Yeah, like I like.
It's always good to know what's going on. You know,
99.8 of our audiences.
I didn't until right before the show.
Yeah, the mute game was a pain in the butt last week. You too, Steez. Yeah, no doubt, bro. You pass out, it's all good. Don't forget to finish it up tomorrow morning. You know, like when you're brushing the teeth, go ahead and throw it back on. Right.
Just don't fall asleep with it going. You know.
Well, no, you can do that, but then still wake up in the morning and then just guess. Because then we'll get like double view numbers. We'll get like the passed out numbers and the.
I'm just Smokey the Bear in it with the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't want no fire hazards now.
Yeah, if you're in the Rockford area and you haven't heard, apparently it's time for McNamara to move on to worser things, and he's going to go be a dirty Democrat lobbyist. So hopefully he is ineffective.
Yep.
Story coming in from the Eyewitness News.
Yeah, I didn't like what he did with the COVID stuff. Haven't liked him since too much.
I also didn't like his dog whistling about ICE. When you're the left, you're probably scared of your supporters murdering you. So you got to come out and be like, there might be like special police in the area, and like I've got nothing to do with them. I don't like them, and we will not be working with them or anything, you know. So like,
pansy.
Just in case you're curious.
Little pansy.
Elected mayor in 2017. We've been dealing with it for that long.
It's hard to believe that's actually been that long.
Yeah, like what's up, bro? Does like nobody else that has logic want to run because it's a pain in the ass? But yeah, it's gonna be like joining some kind of a group that's not, you know, technically politics and more like a lobby group. But friend of the show, or our watcher, viewer of the show, she was telling me that the group thing that he's joining is like in charge of like a whole bunch of districts or counties, something like 18 somethings of, you know, Illinois.
Same
so
thing, different name or border maybe, but you know,
even bigger, I guess, bigger than Rockford.
Right,
yeah. Yeah, and he.
Oh wow.
At 9 o'clock. Yeah, dude. And then so someone's gonna move into his place temporarily, holding it until the election. And the word is they are a Democrat alderman. So hopefully they're like John Fetterman.
Hopefully, but doubt it.
McNamara was an alderman. All right, so the key is become alderman and then slide into mayor. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, Morrissey, we didn't like him either. He brought the Chicago projects here and then got promoted. That out, right? Yeah, I don't have any more like hot takes or intel on that one, but that's just a heads up. More to come, I suppose, as time progresses on that one. But definitely let us know if you guys hear more details about that. You know, drop them in the comments maybe, and we'll go over it next week, or you know, maybe sign up over at the locals so you can post there and let us know. Hit me on X. That one's free.
So a district is an area of a country, city, or town that a government establishes for business.
Here is the districts map. Yeah, this is the stuff that we were all, you know, talking about recently, right? With the redistricting and blah blah blah. So Illinois is one of those great examples of how they draw these weird slivers. Like here's this purple one that just gets like eaten up with a yellow one. Like weird in the middle, like nah, let's not make them rectangles like counties.
Yeah. And
then Chicago splits out into like, you know, several like different counties and shit.
They don't have too much of a very simple answer for this one. The difference is much like the layers of an onion. Underneath the large layers, there are smaller layers beneath. Okay, great.
Huh.
Yeah.
Thinking about an onion.
Yeah, because the AI overview just says a district and county are both geographic areas used for government administration, differing primarily in purpose, boundaries, and authority.
Just redistricted in 22.
Okay. So boundaries. Counties have fixed permanent borders that rarely change over time. Districts have flexible borders that are redrawn periodically, such as every 10 years, to ensure equal population counts for voting or service delivery. Size and overlap. A county often covers a large regional area and contains multiple cities, towns, and entire school or voting districts inside its borders. Conversely, a single district can be much smaller than a county, like a local school or city council district, or stretch across multiple counties like a state or federal congressional district. That gives a little, yeah. Let's see. All right.
And so there's 3 different kinds of like upper politics you can get into, thus 3 different district maps. So there's congressional, Senate, and then House. So congressional, you're a congressperson, congressman, and then Senate, you're a senator, and then House, you're a representative, right?
Yeah, maybe. I thought that was what? Oh, shit. I thought Congress was Senate.
No, Congress is separate, Senate is separate, and then they have to both agree on something. So we just had some bill passed, but it was like only passed in Congress, and now it goes to Senate to get passed, so they're like 2 separate. Yeah, but the Congress and the representatives are like the same thing. The House of Representatives is like in the Congress, I believe.
Yeah. Let's see. Authority and purpose. But the county operates as a broad local government unit with general police powers, managing regional infrastructure, tax collection, courts, public health, and jails. District created for specific narrow functions such as education, school district representation, congressional or voting district, for utility management, water or sanitation district, carrying limited and delegated powers. Okay. So we now have a little bit more of an understanding on counties, districts.
Yeah,
Look
we
at
need
that.
more awareness of that stuff, right? Because it's all like a little too boring for us, so then we're ignorant to it, and then
You know,
we don't do it.
If you
or something.
know what it means, then we also will more know what they are trying to change on us.
How to defend from its takeover and exploitation, I would imagine, right?
Exploitation.
New shtick of the show. We're waiting to get sponsored by our good friends over at Steak and Shake, so we're just going to keep giving out free promos, you know? Like,
yeah.
we love
I'm just
promoting
going to
Maha.
end up giving more of my money, and it was going to end up keep happening.
And so this week, the news is they're going to get your money with the addition of, for the first time ever, crinkle cut fries, also beef tallow like the shoestrings. They still got the grass-fed burgers. That's their new one, right? But coming soon, like the crinkle fries, is cane sugar, Dr. Pepper, and Sprite. They're promoting Maha, so I think this is like 100% on brand with the show, dog. Like it's not even like, you know, a little bit off the path. Because you know what I didn't realize? Oh, this was like not even their thing. I didn't understand what's the opposite of woke, bro. Based? Yeah. I didn't understand how based Steak and Shake was, bro.
Oh yeah.
Look at their X. And then the pinned post is RFK Jr. popping into a Steak and Shake. So they're not afraid of the woke mob. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Like everybody else would be like, oh, sorry, we're into healthy, but we couldn't put you on the socials. Oh, no.
No, I stopped Steak and Shake. It was delicious.
I thought you were gonna go with trying to take his order. Can you imagine that through the drive-thru? I'm so sorry, sir. I know this is the 7th time I've asked you to repeat it, but I've got burger, shake, and what the hell else was it, guy?
I just can't pick up that last thing you're saying.
Look, we're sending someone out, okay? We're going Portillo style, okay? We're sending somebody out. They're just gonna have you write it down for us.
Drive around to the window.
Please write legibly.
Yeah, just drive around to the window. Talk to me like a human being. Big liar.
Big Laurie was right about Cracker Barrel. All I know about Cracker Barrel today is that the CEO is officially gone.
Oh, wow.
The one that did the woke makeover that totally nuked freaking Cracker Barrel, right? Yeah. And the sterilization with the, like, you know, redid all the knickknackies and everybody was losing their ish about it, right?
Don't mess with our Cracker Barrel.
And then they also posted this one recently.
Don't mess with a Crackers Barrel.
Which I thought was also commendable of the Steak and Shake. Because again, they must not be afraid of the woke mob, bro. I'm wildly impressed. I thought it was cool they were doing the food thing, but I didn't know they were this blatant on their social.
They're one of the cheaper franchises to get into as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. But yeah, bro, being pro Tesla on the X, dog, wasn't there like a whole like wave of riots against Teslas because OMG, like he was connected to Trump?
A whole bunch of domestic terrorism against Tesla dealerships. Let's paint it what it is.
They're also snarky. They're throwing shade. Later's Five Guys. Anyone interested in becoming a Steak and Shake franchise in a format just like Five Guys can reach us at franchiseandsteakandshake.com.
Wow, yeah, they're. I like it. They're out there, kind of like what? Who else is it that they're? Is it Kit Kat? I forget who it is. They're pretty out there, like hitting back at people when they shit talk them.
Wendy's.
Yeah,
it's Wendy's.
Yeah.
Wendy's was like actually ruthless, hilarious.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that they just let somebody pop off like that. Yeah,
I thought it was somebody else's thing.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking of Wendy's. They go hard.
I know they do go hard.
Okay, yeah, maybe it's another one. So the person was saying, you know, hey, I got this cool America shake. I'm dumping Five Guys. And they were like, peace out, Five Guys. By the way, if anybody needs to get a franchise. So that's cool, man. Go on and check out the
I didn't know
the Steak and Shake.
Had one. I probably would have stopped in. But Culver's got me. Their 4th of July Sunday. I did get one through them.
There you go. There you go.
Ice cream sells when America's America, you know.
The stars and stripes on it. I'm a sucker.
Land of milk and honey and corn. Milk, honey, and corn.
Right, dude. Big news today was that the DNC might. It looks like somebody told me that the DNC might be that broke. I don't know if that's true or not. Somebody just maybe kind of said that. So the DNC allegedly is actually having to put up their headquarters to get a loan because they're out of money. And so that kind of just made me think about this video I watched that Asmund Gold reacted to. I was watching it last night on the way home, driving with the wifey, and I was giggling a little bit more than her. He was a little jokingly, you know, talk crap on the chicks, right? Giving women all these rights and everything, ruined everything, you know. But it was very just logic based, and the more that you empowered women to be slightly masculine or more, you know, taking over the leadership roles and stuff like that, that means the less they need a man to protect and support them. But it's still difficult for even the average woman, especially the not average woman in a lower sense, to protect and support themselves. So naturally, they still need to get protection and support. So then that leads to them kind of voting, you know, Democrat, liberal, currently as it is, you know, to get that from the government. So essentially, the guy was breaking down how, you know, as we've gone over several times, and I'm sure you've, you know, heard of other things, but how the feminism breaks down the like the hardcore push of over feminism. Like, you know, yay, strong women. Let's not beat women down and tell them to shut up anymore. I'm down with that, right? But the overcorrection actually ends up making government replace the man in that kind of environment, right?
It's that people need to bring back yin and yang, man. We need balance.
Right.
Like the whole trans thing. We didn't care about trans people being trans people and whatnot. We want you to obviously, like, if you're born, you know, in a weird spot, to have, like, you know, rights and, like, be able to do some things that, since you know, you're not exactly
well, it starts with being gay, right? Like, let's stop beating up gays like the old days. Like, that's horrible. Just like beating up women's horrible. Like, just for being a woman or a gay person.
Yeah.
But like, oh, we overcorrected maybe a little bit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
some people say it. I don't say it, but other people say it.
Like the ones that wanted that, they got and they're fine. They're acting normal, but then all these other people that's seen the attention it was getting, that are attention seekers, because that's really what it is at the end of the day. It is this I need attention thing really deep down inside that they just can't seem to fulfill, and or they're confused on how they want to fulfill it, and so then they are going out there and shoving it down everybody's throats and just going over the top that these people wouldn't, that the normal ones wouldn't do. And so now it's like bringing the bad.
Just like always, someone ruins it for everyone.
Yeah. They just taking it too far. Just chill. Just chill, man.
There's always someone, bro. So the point of this is, so if Democrats are pushing this, you know, get rid of the man as the supporter or the protector, and then let Big Daddy government take over, you know, who funds that? Because the government is, the Democrats are generally selling their leadership in government as getting handouts and whatnot, right? You know, we talk about, you know, bringing over, you know, criminal aliens for immigration or legitimate ones. And then you get all of this funding, right? Like we've, you know, talked about it to death, right? You know, Nick Shirley last week or 2 weeks ago with the breaking down the Korean Chinese hospices, you know, the Somalians up in Minnesota, et cetera, et cetera. And so if the Democrat voters are voting to get handouts because they can't work or they don't want to work, and they're getting handouts from the government, but it's just enough to live, and it's on a special card that you got to go and say, hey, I need food off my special government card, you're not having cash, right?
No, probably not.
So then how do the Democrats get the cash in, right? From their donors. Because like conservatives are known for what? Like working really hard, having a good work ethic, having excess money. I made a post that went super mega like small viral. Good friends of the show viral.
Mini viral.
For me, it was mega viral.
I was like, dang, I got like 30, 50 comments on like 18 different posts, 18 different groups, right? But it was like a picture of a boat, and it had like some hot chicks and a dude and a flag, you know, like, and it was like, why are all the Trump supporters, or why are all the boat owners Trump supporters? And then everyone commented below, and they were like, yeah, dog, 98% of boat owners I hang out with are Trump supporters. And it's like, yeah, what's that about? Excess expendable income, you know, expendable income, right?
I seen somebody just said they're all employed.
right. So if the right conservative voters are known to have money to donate, the Democrats aren't. How are the Democrats being funded up till this point if all of a sudden, seemingly, oh my Jiminy Christmas, out of nowhere, they're flat broke? Like, remember the scandal about Kamala Harris not being able to pay like contractors at the end of her campaign that blew $1 billion?
Yeah, she was still negative.
Like, I don't know if they ended up finding the money and paying those people, but they owed like 200 million out or something like that, if I remember. And so the point here is just like, you know, again, a little bit horse beaten, but each episode reaches a new person because you shared it, right? The USAID seems to be the stake to the heart, bro. Seems to be the holy water to the Democrat corruption scheme, because USAID goes down and then all of a sudden we have a lot of things don't seem to be funded. There wasn't a riot season this year. That's interesting.
Right, yeah.
Like, it didn't get crazy pop off wild where it was people being funded and showing
was,
up.
Was there any black people killed by white cops? I'm sure there was.
Honestly, there's not a lot over the whole year. It's like 5.
Right, but I mean,
like unarmed. It's like unarmed black
yeah.
people shot by cops is
But
like
still,
super tiny.
That's
But
5 opportunities that were all missed.
for a riot, absolutely. I'm with you. But I just think that's very interesting that we now have word that the DNC might be flat broke. This song was highlighting 15 million negative, so that's crazy.
Corruption doesn't keep money in the bank because they're stealing money from places. And guess what? Now they're all like, "Where's my money?" Yeah, it turns out other people in your party and whatnot have stole it now from you.
Right.
Look at that, how that works.
And that's what we felt about rhinos and shit, right? Like, there are the corrupt Republicans that are, taking the money or something, right? So possibly very good, man, because that means they won't have a lot of funding for the midterms. Bro, I heard there's rumors they might run Obama the next presidential election.
Didn't he have 2 terms?
Only if Trump runs for his 3rd.
To say what a battle that would be. Holy cow, dude. This country would be in absolute angst. Like, oh man. Oh, that would be the wildest. Well, you're gonna go for a 3rd term. We're going for a 3rd term.
I didn't really think it was worth posting, but since it popped into my head here, let's check out Trump's thoughts, all right? Yeah, I think this is just from like the other day. What's Trump say?
Yeah. There's this other story. I know it's hypothetical right now, but if you were allowed for some reason to run for a 3rd term, is there a thought that the Democrats could try to run Barack Obama against you?
I'd love that.
For his 3rd term?
Boy, I'd love that. That would be a good one. I'd like that. No, people are asking me to run, and there's a whole story about running for a 3rd term. I don't know. I never looked into it. They do say there's a way you can do it, but I don't know about that. But yeah.
There's this other story.
I'd love that. That'd be a good one right there. Oh yeah,
no, he sure would. He sure would. Yep.
Talk about squirrel, right? Just since it pulled up, I didn't think these were like worth, talking about much on the show, but I don't know what your feed's like. If it's not like this, you should definitely make an X account and follow me at Mastache, 3 S's in a row, 4 in the whole word. We've got the link at the website, but Mastache on X. Follow me for the good ones, right? And then you can build a better news feed. But we've got a little montage here of Democrats talking like Trump not so long ago.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country.
If you're a criminal...
It's almost like it's been a thing, like, the whole time, like, crazy.
Yeah, it's only either the way or just because they portray him.
They must be AI, bro. Must be AI, right?
Yep. Well, and remember, Trump used to be a Democrat.
Yeah, bro. They were like all freaking Democrats. Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., Elon Musk himself, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about him too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was Democrat. Next up, I said everything nowadays is so 0 to 100. I think we already said this episode. What a coinky dink!
Yeah, look at that. It's a trend in the nation, maybe.
Ever since that stupid song came out, bro, me and Wilkinson believe that it was possibly maybe I don't know. I think somebody said
maybe some say
that it was maybe satanic programming in that song that made a whole culture become 0 to 100. Some kind of incantation-y kind of thing, perhaps. You know?
Maybe.
Rumors out there. Everything nowadays is so 0 to 100, in my opinion, man. It's insane. How do we go from worst presidency in decades to the best? Because we've got another White House social banger here.
White House banger.
This time it's an AI Rick and Morty themed conspiracy montage.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, wait, just yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe they're letting people do this on the White House channel.
It is a different era we are in. You know,
the millennials took over, bro. The millennials took over, bro.
I just realized, you know, y'all, the left is all like, hey, we need to either the Constitution, it needs to be different now. Like times have changed. Hey, you guys complaining that like all these posts are happening, but guess what? It's the 21st century, baby. It's all internet marketing. Times have changed.
Yeah.
You can't keep doing it like the old times. Otherwise, you keep getting the old establishment that, you know, takes over all the governments and, you know, sets up our CIA departments in all different countries all over the world. That's all with that old stuff, right? The old way, the old way we do our media. So why don't we update it, you know, change how we do it? Oh, kind of like how he's doing it, except you're mad because he's doing it. That's why. That's the only reason. Y'all want change of everything.
Bro, I've said this many times, but I would be so butthurt if their social media was that culturally on point for like a Joe Biden or a freaking Kamala or a freaking God, any of them, bro. I'd be so salty. I'd be like, oh, they're crushing it, but I hate the message, dude. Like, oh man, I'm so salty. They're doing so good, bro. Like, if you're older and you don't know, that's like in the theme of a new, like the new age Simpsons, you would say. Like almost everybody's watched Rick and Morty in our generation and younger.
Yeah, pretty much. I love Rick and Morty.
It just went off the rails, bro. Just like most shows, they just kind of ran out of stuff to do, plus drama in the background, and things got a little bit weird. Me and the girl were like, I don't think I'm into this anymore. Yeah, me neither. Didn't even finish the last season. Or second to last. Then the new one came out. We weren't even interested, but it was really good up until kind of fizzle out and shit like that. I think I got a typo here. I said Bruno? Oh, I did post it. I did post Obama talking like Trump, so we kind of went over that already. Guess let's just double check it wasn't a really good one.
Just want to make
American people are a welcoming and generous people. But those who enter our country illegally and those who employ them disrespect the rule of law.
This is 2006, if you're listening.
And because we live in an age where terrorists are challenging our borders, we cannot allow people to pour into the U.S. undetected, undocumented, and unchecked. Americans are right.
Or willy-nilly. Some people might call it willy-nilly.
To demand better border security and better enforcement of the immigration laws. Illegal immigration is bad for illegal immigrants and bad for the workers they compete against. Replacing the flood of illegals with a regulated stream of legal immigrants who enter the United States after background checks and who are provided labor rights would enhance our security, raise wages, and improve working conditions for all Americans. I fully appreciate, though, that we can't create a new guest worker program without making it as close to impossible as we can for illegal workers to find employment. We don't need new guest workers plus future undocumented immigrants. We need guest workers instead of undocumented immigrants. And before any guest worker is hired, the job must be made.
Guest worker, like the old word for like H-1B kind of thingy.
All right, yeah, I don't know, probably.
Available to Americans at a decent wage.
On me.
What else, Capone? How you be doing, man? Anything from last week that was interesting to you? Let us know down in the chat, brother man.
Yeah.
With benefits, and the employers need to show that, in fact, there are Americans who won't take these jobs. I am not somebody who's willing to take it on faith that there are jobs that Americans won't take. I know that dealing with the undocumented population is difficult for practical and political reasons. But we simply can't claim to have dealt with the problem of illegal immigration if we ignore the illegal resident population or pretend that they will leave voluntarily.
Bro, snakes in the grass, dog. This is like not only is it like, oh, hey, listen to these, past Democrats and what they were saying, and it sounds exactly like what Trump's saying now, where everyone's upset about it. That's one aspect of it, right? Yep. The other one is they said this to get elected.
Yep.
And
it's
then
always
what
to
happened?
Yeah, it's always to get elected.
That's
why, must be another reason they don't like Trump, because he actually does mostly what he says he's going to do. Mostly. Definitely still lacking on some.
Yeah.
Not saying he's perfect there.
I mean, they got two
boot licking, licking the boots.
Giving credit where credit is due, and then we criticize him also when he needs to be criticized.
Which is very rare.
Me more than Scott over here. But
Dan more than Scott. Scott's great. He's my favorite. Dan's all right, but Scott, man, that guy, he crushes it every time. I don't know why I like him so much.
It's a totally non-biased news channel. It is also non-news.
It is just information of awareness and realization.
Most deaf, brother. Hope the daughter's doing good. Hope you guys had a nice week. Don't forget they all turn into replays, and you can check in on them later. Oh, man. But, yeah, snake oil, right, man? They're all going to say, like, oh, man, deportation. Oh, man, criminal aliens. And then what do they do? Seems like you are kind of saying one thing and doing something else behind the scenes. Call me crazy. All right. Time for what probably will be the best topic of the entire night. We do have a James O'Keefe.
Oh, holy cow.
But that's coming up, folks. If you're a James O'Keefe fan and him exposing dirty deep state actors in our United States government, specifically this week, the Pentagon, then make sure to hang tight because we'll be getting to that one shortly. But this right here, folks, this is possibly the best presidency of your entire effing lifetime that you're living through. Please appreciate it right now. If you like Trump's vibe, bro, this is the best presidency in your lifetime. Because the press, what do they call it? Correspondence dinner, where the last big assassination attempt happened, I believe. There's been like 3 more, I think, since, but the one that was on TV, and it was the guy who, ran right through the security guards and the metal detector, and we were all like, oh, gee, they were kind of sleeping, So they rescheduled it. Trump didn't want it to get shut down because that's like, losing to the guy who was trying to make a, big deal.
Around here, only winning.
Only winning. We'll redo it. I also think he wanted to redo it because he didn't get to give his roast speech to the press. And he's done this before, and they were great, but he does it again. And the clips are epic, bro. Like they're freaking to die for. The one you were mentioning, it was the CNN reporter. I don't know if we have the clip in here. But it starts out with him making a 2028 joke. And so that's why Peter Ducey asked him about if he ran again, like Obama.
I won 3 times. Now I'm going to do it again. Thank you. I'm going to do it.
I'm gonna do it.
The gunshots, many people yelled, "Get down," which caused Nicki Minaj to start twerking. But this place is really the largest group of Trump derangement syndrome people ever put together at one time, I suspect. But just like my presidency, the second time is always better. It's always better. And the third time will be better yet. It's very special beef. And I want you all to know that Bobby Kennedy, who's right here, personally ran over the cow in his car. And I thought Caitlin had really made it big with a major new sponsorship, but then I informed her that it wasn't her on the Bud Light can, it was Dylan Mulvaney.
Watching them be like, look, he's so funny, they're sleeping.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that one dude was dozing off there. Wow, no, I think he must have I have an idea what happened. He watched the roast recently. Right? He was like, I don't have one of those for my own, but I will make something of it for myself now.
I'm pretty sure he's done this one before.
Myself.
Oh, man, I want the whole RFK one, bro.
He just makes entertainment, man.
Okay. I think, is this the whole thing?
I hope that everyone finally got to enjoy their entire, very delicious beef tenderloin. Very special beef. And I want you all to know that Bobby Kennedy, who's right here, personally ran over the cow in his car. And he cut it up and he brought it here for you to eat tonight. So it's very fresh. And Bobby also suggested an appetizer featuring his favorite cut of male raccoon roadkill. But we drew the line at that, Cheryl. We said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not doing that. We love Bobby. I'll tell you, it is a piece of work. You think it is fun, but he is a very different kind of a person, I will tell you. But he has what it takes, and he's smart, and he loves the country, and he wants people to be made to feel good. You agree with that, Bobby? He wants people to feel good. And he's doing a fantastic job. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you. We can joke all we want, but thank you.
Oh, yeah, he like, in the moment brought it back. That's funny, though. Because then we're on the same team, bro, so he was even jacking on his own. That's good.
Yeah, that's why, like, us homies like Trump for the most part, because he's, like, just one of the boys, man. He was just in there, and basically he was in his group, and they're probably like, hey, anything you're gonna run? Like, yeah, I don't know. That's really like, come on, man. It'd be fun. Like, I think you should run. You probably have a good chance at it. Like, oh, I don't know, man. It was just the homies like coercing him.
You're right.
He was just like, what? I probably would be good at it, huh? Yeah. Me up there doing my speeches. You're getting it right. I think you got something there, Bobby. We might do this. And then now he's just up there being one of the boys, bagging on your homies a little bit. You gotta do a little shit talking. But then you gotta like talk real when it's time to talk real and lay the law down, which is what he does, and what all the soft. They're turning the frogs gay. Everybody losing their testosterone hears it. It's like, man, no. He's like making rules of like life not being where I can just sit back on my butt and do nothing and just soak in like all of the goodness, which you don't realize how good we got it in America, like how good we have it in just a first world country, regardless. So they're,
100%.
The entitlement needs to be eradicated.
You people have no idea how lucky you are when I'm gone. You're all going to be broke. Your business model is going to be finished. No, it's true. When I'm not around, you're going to be broke. There's not.
He's talking to a room full of reporters. This is the thank you reporter dinner from the White House. This is the thank you reporter dinner, bro.
Going to be anybody to report on. Nobody gives a damn about anybody else. You people have no idea how lucky you are when I'm gone. You're all going to be broke.
And of course, he doesn't write this, right? He's got somebody just like a speech writing it, but he does practice it ahead of time and go, I like this, I don't like that, you know, hey, take that out if he like doesn't like something or something.
Yeah.
So he like does go through this, you know?
too far.
Or like he'll say like, oh, I don't talk like that. Like, hey, redo that and stuff. Like it was in I think it was the Melania movie we saw it. It was neat. It was like a behind the scenes where he was practicing for his inauguration speech.
Makes sense. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he went through with all of these, bro. I was dying.
Those are all real funny. I don't care if you're a Trump supporter or not. The humor is there.
Oh, and then the Oz Perlman guy did a mentalist thing. Damn thing. You can watch this on X if you would like to. Whole mentalist routine. Oh, it's got the whole. You get the point. You can pull up more if you like. Those were the funniest ones, I'm pretty sure. Also got a Benny Johnson version. If you're not following Benny Johnson on YouTube, you should definitely be doing that. Good friend of the show, Build a Better News feed. Or if you got some like, you know, parents or uncles, aunts, you know, somebody that just, you're trying to get them off the mainstream media, you know, even Fox, you know. It doesn't work, but I keep trying to get my moms to watch, you know, Benny Johnson on the YouTube.
Well, like a lot of people are like, "Oh, you watching Fox? You Republican? You MAGA?" Fox is actually pretty left leaning in a lot of what they talk about, and actually, they might like be kind of labeled right, but they basically they're definitely less left than CNN, but they have plenty of left rhetoric themselves.
Yeah, I would agree.
Through Fox.
My biggest complaint about that one is I feel like it's designed to give you like 80% of the right nugget and then withhold the 20 juicy, you know, percent of helpful information or, you know, impactful information, perhaps you would say, or something like that.
Maybe it's just keeping them at bay because they know they just steamroll the left if we went full right. Which is where the yin and the yang is, why the Senate exists and everything, so we can try to hash it out equally between
I don't know.
parties.
I think it might have something to do with Rupert Murdoch owning it, and he's literally a TDS patient, so we need Elon to just go ahead and buy that son of a biscuit family out, man. Golly.
Hey, those are
Democrats own all of the mainstream television.
Those are moves that can be made. And
hold on, I'm working on the space thing and the core thing. Alt the X. I was just gonna get X and let the old mainstream things wither away. You know.
I mean, they basically are.
Oh, dude, 100%, man. All right, cool. It's time. Next up, it's the James O'Keefe piece here this week.
The best disguiser in the game.
James has been a little bit quiet lately, at least for some reason. I ain't seen a big one come up in the feed, right? He hasn't had like a holy cow banger recently, so maybe they're doing a little bit of, you know, cooking in the background kind of thing. But right here from the James O'Keefe on X, you should be following. If you're not, make an X account and go follow James O'Keefe III. Figure it out. Blue check marked and has the most followers probably of any James O'Keefe profile. But follow Mr. James for these kind of bangers, man. James O'Keefe, undercover, Senior Pentagon Director, caught on hidden camera, spills on a, quote, gay date. Quotes. James isn't officially acts He's gay.
He
He
is
just plays the part.
he is doing the utmost to get these stories.
On a gay date with O'Keefe, that he will, quote, undo whatever's been done at the Pentagon after Trump leaves office to reverse his agenda. So it's not just, a random nugget of news of the week. I think this is a great one to share to somebody that needs to, like, a little bit of help with an explainer of what deep state is. Like, this is deep state. So this, again, we have like one of these every other episode or two lately. I've been I want fact nugget examples you can share people in a polite argument or like a punch him in the face argument verbally. But you can get all of the links that we're talking about here today at the receipts link in the description box below. It'll take you over to the website where I've got everything listed there, so you can pull these up to look into them more if you would like, or share it out to just help get the word out, or share it to the friend or family member that needs to just have one more nugget of awareness on what the deep state is, bro.
I'll take one more nugget of chicken, always.
So that way when the time comes, I can undo whatever's been done. Protect the influence.
A Pentagon Director of Business Operations admits to me while disguised with nothing.
Wait, hold on. You just witnessed him go full cloak mode, dude.
did the whole what is it? Kent Clark. Yeah, did the whole Kent Clark thing.
Clark Kent, but
Clark Kent. Yeah. Dyslexia doesn't exist. No, not at all.
You know what? I like to think a little bit further on this, right? So we all believe in like vibrations and stuff, and it's literally scientifically proven that people can tell when somebody's looking at them from behind. Maybe not everybody, but people that are tuned with this ability.
Tuned.
Okay?
Tuned.
So for this guy to get away with this so often, he has to be like a master actor. And again, I'd be salty if this guy was on the other side. I'd be like, why don't we have a guy that's good? God bless it. We're getting roasted right now, man. Like, bro. So he's got to be able to cloak his vibe, bro, when he's with these people. Or the people are losers and they just cannot tell the vibe, bro. Then he's like, okay, I'm gonna get you. Oh God, dude, come on, just say it now, man. Like this dude, I think is masterful at cloaking his vibe as well, dude.
Yeah.
But a mustache that he is sticking around to, quote, undo Trump administration policies after Trump leaves office.
I mean, there's a lot of things that they tried to do at the very beginning. They've still not rolled out. Because you have certain folks in certain positions who can slow roll things.
Wait, Dan, weren't you just like earlier just saying, he's done a lot of what he said, but not everything. Trump, during his campaign, this presidency, he was just commenting on how maybe, Trump hasn't said or done every single thing that he said he was going to do. And perhaps this might be one of these reasons why.
There's a lot of times where it challenges my morals.
What are some things that you'd undo?
I would not have prayer service.
No prayer service.
I don't think there should be one specific prayer service. I was converted to schedule policy. Hopefully that's the first thing that gets undone, because I don't like it because I'm negative.
He about to be converted to the unemployment line as well.
Yeah.
Impacted by it.
He seemed like a very professional guy for most of the meeting, but eventually did speak about what his true beliefs are about the war in Iran, about the president himself, calling him a narcissist.
Who's this guy?
Who are we watching?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find out.
It switched to this guy with glasses.
Later
I
in
have
the
no
video.
idea who it is.
His
A
glasses and a
second ago,
mustache.
it was James talking. Now I have no idea.
Right. The hair looks the same. The nose looks the same. The ears look the same. The chin looks kind of similar. But
I know what it is. It's that lapel mic. It's got to be that lapel mic. Also, hey, James O'Keefe, be careful out there wearing them lapel mics.
Well, the guy left already. They're doing like a debrief.
Well, what I'm saying is the Charlie Kirk thing.
Yeah.
Textbook narcissist. Wow. And once you understand one, you understand them all.
The war in Iran is driven by, quote, one man's ego. You probably can't even tell me what your position or your opinion is on that, the war in Iran.
Yeah, I think it's completely stupid. It's driven based off of one man's ego.
And makes the claim the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, was clearing out data contracts so they could be awarded to Palantir instead.
Most of the contracts they terminated were data related.
Again, bro, if it was against what I liked, I'd be upset. Why are they killing off a bunch of these contracts and then redirecting all of the money into this one organization? They must be colluding, you know, like if this is Obama or something, I'd be like, oh, I bet you they're in bed with them. So, yeah, sure, Trump's, you know, team's probably all in bed with Palantir or whatever, and everybody says Palantir is the devil, and it's going to be our demise.
Hey, there's only so much room in the bed with Big Mike, okay?
Right. I don't even know why I'm not paranoid about it. Like I'm 100% biased on the yay pro Trump thing, but for whatever reason, bro, the dude's stupid vibe like takes my guard down, bro. The way he talks so much ish about the media, and it could be all a big movie, and I'm being tricked, and everybody else is being tricked, and it's Trump's fake fighting with them, and he's in on it, bro. But this guy's complaining about us taking away a bunch of contracts and then putting that money into Palantir. It's almost like we're getting rid of putting all of our eggs in different baskets, and we're just focusing in on one investment. So instead of having like too many different, where's all the contracts and organizations that are getting tax money, and it's being centralized into this Palantir, which is wildly advancing our technological security. And it's probably not going to be great because it's going to be more, you know, police state technology eventually, but
And then they awarded Palantir a major data contract, but they're friends with some of the senior folks that were contributors. Oh yeah. I've seen some things.
At one point during the meeting, he actually said, you could be a reporter. Well, I guess he was right.
In true DC nature, you don't always reveal everything that you see.
I don't want to say too much.
I mean, you could be a news reporter.
I feel
At
so
least
bad for them when they say that, bro. He's not the only one that said that.
At least, I mean, shoot, imagine if he actually went more full bore into these and then got them all liquored up with some truth serum, and then they started really spilling these beans, how much they're saying. Because, you know, if they're saying that, they know stuff, and they're like on the verge. They could be nudged into spilling some beans, you know? And
I feel like the early days they were a little bit more like tipsy seeming when he or you know,
right,
ate
yeah.
him.
Man.
So what's the nature of the actual work that you do? Is it writing, consulting, or?
I oversee all corporate ops, so like HR,
Oversees all corporate ops, and he's like a full TDS patient. In the Pentagon. Director of Business Operations, U.S. Department of War, U.S. Navy. It said like in the Pentagon earlier. Is that like an under the Pentagon thing?
security. So
this is what deep state is. Share this with somebody that needs to see it, dude. Share it out. Link is in the description box. Receipts. Go down to where it says James O'Keefe. Do option find it on the page if you don't know how to scroll with your eyes, but share this one out, man.
the executive orders that come out, we read them, we figure out how we're going to implement them, how they affect the Navy.
So you're managing all that?
Yeah.
It's a big job.
Yeah.
Brandon Newsom is the Director of Business Operations at the Office of the Secretary of the Navy, located in the Pentagon. He told me, while I was undercover, that he is responsible for implementing executive orders from President Trump with regards to the U.S. Navy.
He's in charge of executing Navy orders from Trump and STS.
That just shows problems in if we actually need military action, and then he's just going to say no.
Bro, how that works, dog, is he's going to do just barely enough to keep his job.
Yeah, I mean, one, it wouldn't be good for him, because then he'd get court-martialed really fast. But still, either way, that could then still make a lot of people's lives be at risk.
Yeah, I don't know if anything he divulges on this would be egregious enough for a court martial, right? That's interesting. He said I didn't think about it would be like that kind of level, right?
Well, I'm saying if he went to like defy an order, like if we got into war with Iran and he's like, yo, I need you to like, or he just like found out where some locations of some terrorist leaders are. And he's like, he just happens to be commander and overseeing like the commands that hit whatever boat that needs to send the missiles. He's just like, no. And then all of a sudden Iran retaliates first, he just didn't even know that they were actually going to send some missiles unless we blew them up first. And then all of a sudden those missiles make it through our forces and then blow up one of our boats. Just because this dude's like, no, Trump's just being a warmonger. And then that's why you get court-martialed and then you go to prison for a long time if you defy orders like that. If you just took the orders, I mean, that's one thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
You get tried, then you at least have a trial for possible war crimes. You're not the one. Everybody knows you take orders in the military. At a point, certain ones give orders, and that's why the trials are had.
I hope at minimum this would wow in some kind of
Met for dinner at a bar in Washington, D.C., and while we were on this supposed date, on the television was the U.S. versus Belgium game at the World Cup.
The situation looked under control until it wasn't.
Do you follow the World Cup at all? I've seen bits and pieces of different games, but not really. Rooting for the USA, or? I mean, yeah. Belgium. I think they're playing in Seattle right now. You see how Trump overturned the red card recently?
I asked for a review because I didn't think it was a foul.
No. This is how you find out if people have TDS, bro. I'm like, yeah, didn't Trump just do something? We'll go with the customer today. I said, yeah, I think Trump's just did something about like housing, like trying to like lower cost of housing. Oh no, I know. He's got a housing bill, but he's using that as leverage to get the SAVE Act passed. And so it'd be like fix housing and fix voting or something. And the guy was like, and I was like, back up.
Oops. Bro, I have the Trump card. I win.
So that's an example of like just the despotic, just tyrannical like thing that he does that just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
See, I don't like that. He kind of is leading the witness. He says that first. He's setting the guy up to think that date is TDS. James.
Yeah. I am not a supporter by any stretch of Trump. Yeah. Right. Just to clarify.
Now, before we show you what happened.
Because now it'll just be like, oh, I was just saying that to get laid. Just like all the others. I feel like that was a misstep, James.
Don't vocalize them. You don't vocalize them.
This is a long one, so we'll skip through it, but you can get the whole thing. Like I said, receipts linked down below.
Like, Trump is no indication of where my political views would ever align.
Again, there's nothing wrong with what Brandon said, but it does set up what happens next. There's a whole science behind illicit Pentagon until Trump's term is over, so that Brandon can, quote, undo certain policies put in place by the Trump administration, specifically Pete Hegseth.
They really give you the highlights at the beginning. If you're into this stuff, watch the whole thing, give them the views. I'll be watching the rest of it later. James O'Keefe, done it again. Any updates on this? Because I think it was a couple days ago. No follow up. Has he posted the like we tell him that we're not a gay date? I feel dude, I'm such a nice dude at heart, bro. I swear, man. I'm like, yeah, fuck that dude, you know, lying in the journalism or the government. And I equally like, oh, that poor guy, bro. He just got roasted publicly, dude. That's gotta hurt. That dude's career is probably over, if not stanky forever.
Stanky. My career is stanky.
Yeah, this one, man, I wasn't really impressed by, but it could be big news. I believe it's fresh from yesterday. CIA whistleblower confirms shadow government inside the intelligence community. And they got like an old, you know, person like silhouetted out telling some beans on the CIA.
Telling some beans.
There's certainly people who believe that they are the adults in the room, and they are here to make sure that the political leaders that are in charge, we can't let them do anything too crazy. Here to make sure we temper their worst tendencies. I think that, in fact, what you have are people who act as a shadow government, whether they know they're doing it or not. Deep state.
Deepy statey. It's a deepy statey.
Secretary of Navy announces termination of the guy who told me in disguise he wants to undo Trump policies. Yeah. Yep, dude just got converted to the unemployment line, boomer.
Yeah.
You know what we need? Where's it at? I don't have a downloads folder with it. Hold on, where's it at? Where's it? Oh, the McDonald's meme. Asmongold be doing that one all the time, man.
Yeah, I forget that he
Back
does
to the
that
fry
one.
line. See you later.
Get in line, fry them burgers, boys.
And then he's balling enough where he just lets it loose, because then he follows up and says, "These are the ones I think we need to go Old Testament on, bro. We need to make an example." Like, and I'm like, what? Careful. Oh, interesting. O'Keefe just got his pew-pews back from the United States federal government. When did he get raided, dog? That was like a year. That was like Biden for the diary. That was like 4 years
That's
ago.
when that was from? I was going to say, when did he get this stuff?
Yeah, it was when they raided him. They took his phone. They took all his pew-pews. And he's been trying to get all his stuff back for forever. And he's clearly a journalist, bro.
Right.
So taking his phone is breaking, what is that, Amendment 5 or something? 10 o'clock. I think it's something more than just freedom of speech. There's like actually a press amendment, isn't there? I believe so. Something like that. But that's the James O'Keefe news. More examples of the deep state government system, or shadow government, whichever one you prefer, of where people in roles of power can not implement Trump's policy. Do you know what he's talking about in the chatty?
No.
Hit that thumbs up button before you pass out.
Maybe he was just talking about the Farmer Dan thing. I'm not sure.
Next up, I was saying,
I was talking about animals, I'm sure, at some point.
this is exactly what we're trying to explain to the average person.
Milk and the honey, that's what it was.
This is exactly what we're trying to explain to the average person. Harmeet Dhillon states hundreds of thousands of non-citizens found on voter rolls across the country. I want to say it was something like 200, 300,000 they just removed in Pennsylvania. But like, oh no, it can never happen.
Do you plan to take this fight to the Supreme Court? Well, we do. It's actually closer to 30 states. 20 states have given us their voter rolls voluntarily, and we've found hundreds of thousands of people on those voter rolls who shouldn't have been there. Now, since the governor made this announcement, we've opened up an investigation. We asked her to disclose to us the names of the 6,600 individuals who were wrongfully put on the voter rolls, and then the...
Dan, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but do you know how many percent the United States president is usually decided by?
Don't know, but I know it's a small number.
Like you've paid attention to a few elections by now.
Yeah.
Off the dome, what do you think?
Oh, like probably under 1%, if not
It's like 1% or something. Like on average, I heard. So say like what 1 to 3 or some shit. So like if it was like 48 to 51%, right? Or like 50 or what 49 to 50, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a 1%. It's decided
what's
by.
Going to turn over that 50% mark.
Right. So how many is 1% of 350 million? And then you're going to add the illegals in. So like, let's just round up and say 400 million. So 10% would be 40 million and 1% would be 4 million, right?
Yeah, I think that maths out.
So 200,000 here, so many thousand there. Like we're getting maybe kind of close to like, maybe, I don't know. Like, you know, 4 million is a lot. But
yeah, the main one was on whatever the show is where that one black chick was talking back to the other white guy. It's like either on the Senate or always been on the show talking back. And
what's widespread, Scott? What does that mean? Like,
these people in their semantics. So we're like, oh, you gonna pick and choose over a word? Like, I don't pick and choose over, like, it doesn't. We're just doing that.
I didn't catch that. I didn't understand.
She was grilling him over. He said widespread.
Oh, well, what's your definition of widespread? Because it was only 6,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's like, starts talking about he's zero tolerance for it, just zero. Like, yeah,
sure.
We should have nothing, no ill votes in the voting. Even one should be, and why the laws are there. We can't even have one ill vote. You should be held responsible. People that are running the voting in that whatever district had the bad vote, you're supposed to be in charge of making sure that doesn't go through.
Right.
You gotta start holding these people accountable, because even one vote in some places might sway an entire decision that could mean life or death for people. Ask very old China when Mao was in charge.
Give me a breakdown, detailed line by line, and summary of how many votes have been found to be bullshit, fraudulent, and removed, or voters removed from voter rolls since Trump took office. Is there a better way to say that? Let's see what the Grackinators got. Grac's going to crawl the X and give us some stats here. I swear I just seen like 200,000 or 300,000. That's been a topic if you're into this on our side. You've seen that one, the whole last election. We were trying to get the voter rolls cleaned out, and Trump even brings it up like the Democrat states won't turn over their voter roll information to the Fed. And it's like, why not, bro? Like, what's that about, huh? You're like, let's put cameras everywhere, and if you're not doing anything illegal, what you got to worry about? That's what the Democrats say, right? The police state pushers.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a point because it helps cops out a lot with solving these crimes. But I feel like a lot more people not on their phones and paying attention out there, also not working as much, you know, get that inflation right and get more people occupied in actual real life scenarios, and then we won't need them as much. But it does make the cop job a lot easier and help them catch a lot of bad guys that we don't need doing bad stuff. Like I know a guy, and he was basically telling me about how anytime because I don't know if y'all have noticed, they're basically at like all the parks. You'll always see one. They put them mostly up first at the park districts.
Put up what?
The Tyranny Towers at the park district.
Oh, interesting.
You know why that is? Because pedos, where are they going to go spy on kids normally? Oh, where they play.
Mm-hmm.
Where they could be. Obviously, it's easier to snatch a kid in public than at their private residence. So that's where they like to go check on kids. And it happens a lot more often than you'd think. People that are actually on the registry will then, and this is why we have to just either send them to the wood chipper or put them in a cell for until they might actually like flip whatever switch is wrong in their brain, because they are on a list already. They know they're not supposed to be there yet, and they know the Tyranny Tower is there, yet they will either they're that stupid or they're that stuck to whatever's wrong with them where they're like, I have to go look at the kids. They then just drive in there, and then immediately, if they're if they're not masked up, because guess what? It has facial recognition too in these things. It's not always getting the front of the face on the way into the park, but especially if they're dumb enough to have the car registered to them in some way, well, then boom. You ping a system. The second you enter that park district, all the cops around are pinged. Hey, this sex predator is in this park district. That's a no bueno. And so then they immediately head to the park district, and there is zero time in between. They could go in there and snatch a kid, basically. They show up, they confront the guy, and they have to either escort him out or arrest him because bing, bang, boom, the Tyranny Tower was able to let them know right there and then that there was a sexual predator looking and drooling around your kids, probably being weird. So, do we want that? Are they good for that? They sure are.
What's a Tyranny Tower? For anybody not familiar, what's a flock camera?
The LPRs is what the cops call them, license plate readers.
Okay. That might make sense to an average Joe.
Yeah.
You just keep saying acronyms where I'm like,
the black,
yeah, bro, somebody might not know anything you're saying.
Black posts that are a little taller than a human with a little sun panel on top and a camera.
There we go. Yeah. Thank you.
What's that thing that looks like a solar panel has a camera on it?
So that's the give and take of technology always, bro. Some good, some bad. Gosh darn it.
Well, it's like
save the kids, but then I'm being watched all the time.
Again, the tool.
Right.
It always depends how you use it.
Right.
How it's used. A gun is a tool. It can be used for good and for bad. Guess what? I don't need a license to get a sawzall, but I could do a lot of really nasty bad damage to like individuals with a sawzall if you want to be, a machete. As that's really what. Oh, shout out Citizen Vigilante, a movie that's out right now.
Yeah.
They actually filmed it in Croatia.
Banned in Germany and like
all
18
these
other
places.
countries.
It's funny. That goes to show, hey, Croatia is on props like the U.S. with some cool stuff, actually believing in rights and, the good of the people and whatnot. So they actually let this guy film it there. He actually went on a little video interview after that, the director of it. And yeah, he's spicy.
Yeah.
He was telling the left and the LGBTQ community basically like, well, if you don't figure it out, you will be you will probably be murdered in a few decades by your own people that you are supporting.
So literally yesterday, Iran terrorists just went over to Germany and murdered a whole bunch of gay people at an LGBTQ event.
Like with guns or machetes or what?
Not sure how it went down. I wasn't very interested.
Yeah, in that movie, small spoiler, he puts that in the movie. This guy just comes over with this big bladed weapon because they have no guns, but they can still get knives most of the time over there. I mean, how hard is it It's not that hard if you got an angle grinder and a piece of steel. Boom, there, you can make a machete. Like, easy as that. 2 things. Okay, a power source to plug your angle grinder in. You know, you don't even need safety squint. You don't need safety glasses if you got your safety squints on. So you're saving money too. It's just the people. It's just a people thing.
What's the Citizen Vigilante movie about? If not, people aren't familiar with that.
It's basically a movie about everything that's happening in our very exact time and day, with the whole extreme left movement and migrants just shelling
Mainly
in.
the immigration thing and
Yeah.
people taking over a country and changing the culture.
Yeah.
And then somebody goes postal.
Yeah.
The main character goes postal and it's like,
cops-
dude, I'm done with this.
Yeah, he shows how the cops and the judicial system don't do anything, basically. And so then a citizen has to take, justice into his own hands, and they call that a vigilante.
And so the movie is very controversial
because
and banned in Germany because it's anti-immigration and also showing kind of like violence to the immigration or something.
Yeah, well,
That's where I'm a little bit on the fence of saying I like it or promote it until I watch it.
That's not the only reason. It is very violent towards the authorities in the movie as well.
Sure, very blaming the authorities.
I don't want to spoil the whole movie, but
violent
like,
too. Yeah,
like the cops get a bit, and then the and then the judicial system also
rioting and.
But when there's nothing, when all other routes of persistence of change don't work, you're only left with one option at a certain point. And that's what he is trying to show and what we don't want. But it will inevitably. How did America happen? Oh, people were oppressed enough. And so they tried doing it through reasonable means for a long time.
Taxes.
And eventually they couldn't win by reasonable means. So they had to go by unreasonable means, which is generally violent. That's just how it works. Eventually, you're only left to just acting out maliciously to keep yourself and your well-being safe.
And then it's cold, but you could even say that the foundation of America was literally just human Darwinism. It's like, yeah, but they, got rid of people that were here and stuff. Is like, well, they won, so that's really how nature works, bro. It's crazy. Like, one species comes in and displace another one.
That's what they were all doing before we got here.
Right, that too.
That's what people forget. Like, and they were killing themselves more savagely than we were.
And that is extremely well documented with straight up archaeological evidence, I believe, to my knowledge. I don't know if it's I'm watching that propaganda, but that's all well documented.
Yeah, there's plenty of documentation and archaeological facts of the Indians just being absolute savages on each other. Which maybe we should have let it be. Maybe that's what happened. We got rid of all extreme violence in the world, and that's what's the problem. We forget what civilized versus uncivilized really is. And so now we're, again, in this entitlement of ignorance is bliss kind of. Where it could be, but where we are, and we take that for granted. Things used to be hey, guess what? Let guns be around. We should have guns. Yep. If you want to ban guns completely, that means military, all that stuff. Nobody can have guns. What does that mean?
You become Australia and you get put into a COVID camp when they tell you it's a pandemic that's definitely.
Well, it just means when you go to defend yourself or conquer other bodies and whatnot for certain purposes, if you have to, it's way worse. Way worse. It's way more horrible. I mean, maybe that would then make us think twice about it. But I don't know. Back in the day, I don't feel like they thought any more twice about it than we would nowadays. having swords over guns. But I tell you what, the battlefield's way worse with no guns.
Well, I still think it's wild when I like read old stories or watch old movies about how it used to be, and it's like, dude, we are so spoiled, bro. Like literally, just 100 years ago, I don't know if they'd have duels 100 years ago. 150 years ago, 100% would duel. So if somebody didn't like you, they'd just be like, duel. Now you all have to walk outside and shoot at each other. Like ridiculous. Like, what's the one I was reading last week or 2 weeks ago?
You went through all this school, you raised a family, all this stuff, and then just one day, out of the blue, you just might not make it to the next day because you were called out in a duel and you have to defend the familyhood and all this. Like,
bro, Abe Lincoln's got a story. He was
crazy how much life could be made to such a point that all of a sudden, it's just.
And then it's move on. No one cares in the end of it. Like crickets.
It's just matter.
Abe
Just matter of molecules, different bits that are going to re-separatize into the earth.
Okay, wait. Okay. Abe Lincoln dual story, and then I think it was like James Adams,
James O'Keefe,
and then I got. Okay, wait. But I wanted to get the added up numbers from Grok. It's like it took a woke pill today. And it was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I asked it more, and it was like, oh, yeah, I guess so. So Judicial Watch says there's over 6 million incorrect voting entries. DHS says 24 to 28,000, 250,000 in 4 states. So it's not near 1%. So I can't find. Well, if Judicial Watch is correct, it is. It's over 1%. If it's 6 million. Okay.
Yeah.
New topic. So Abe Lincoln was, going at it back and forth with somebody. And so he challenged him to a duel. But I believe the rules were like, if you get challenged, you get to choose the weapons. So he was like, I'm no good with a gun, so I'm going to pick the sword, and hopefully, like, my long arms will get this, man. And then, like, right before it was about to go down, the wives were like, no, dude, like, and then they broke it up and it never went down or something. But
have you ever watched the movie Gangs of New York?
Yeah. That's a done great example if you've watched that. Yeah,
if that's really how it was in New York back in the day, like
a little bit of movie liberties, but
that's crazy.
Little bit of movie liberties, I'm sure.
Right,
but
I would sure hope so. That maybe we're all just pussies nowadays, and we're all supposed to die by the blade, by the steel.
I mean, that's what men believed back in the day, right?
What the Japanese believe if you dishonor. You have to kill yourself on the bed. Dude, that's such a wild thing to think about. Guys.
Abraham Lincoln and this dude got pissed at each other, challenged each other to a duel, almost killed each other, but the wives and friends stopped them. These two men reconciled and later became friendly.
Hey, look at that.
Respect.
Yeah. So eventually it just took so much time to we got to a point where it went from fist fights, because you normally would fist fight with, your brother or like some guy you disagreed, and then like half the time you beat each other up. You're like, you know what? You might have been right. Like, and now you whoop my ass, so I'm kind of figuring you must have been right.
You just upset me.
I was kind of being a bitch at the time, and I realize that now. So, hey, my bad. Yeah, I've been there. But you know how it is. You talk smack, so I had to whoop that ass. I get that, bro. And then you're like bros after that. But then all of a sudden it was like, you know what? We can't do this anymore. You either have to die or not. This has to result in death.
Okay, so
and then we got back to, we're just gonna punch it out.
Get out your list of reasons why you like Andrew Jackson. Okay, because you're gonna need to go ahead and write one more down on there. Okay. Are you ready?
I'll at least have 2 money and
Are you ready?
yeah.
So Andrew Jackson challenged Charles Dickinson after Dickinson insulted Jackson's wife, Rachel, calling her a bigamist. I don't know what that one means.
You say, hold up, wait a minute. We got to figure this one out.
A bigamist is a person who marries someone while still legally married to another person. Oh, yeah, like bigamy. Duh.
Yeah,
And accused Jackson of cheating on a horse race bet. He said, bro, I'm going to kill you. Bro, this is crazy. Dickinson was widely regarded as one of the best shots in the country. This is wild. They met in Kentucky to avoid Tennessee's anti-dueling laws. Can't believe what the world's coming to nowadays. They don't let us see.
There's always, you just have to work around the laws. Like, there's laws there, there's always a workaround.
And they cry about going to a different state for an abortion. These guys had to go to a different state to have a duel.
Exactly.
Jeez.
We're such a weak society nowadays. We
Frickin'.
really, I mean, reading this, shit, we're pussies.
Well, you might have been
compared to
gone, but I played that one clip where it's like, you know, the Southern people, and the guy's like, yeah, well, I don't understand, man. They try to tell me I can't drink beers in the cars no more. I should be able to have, you know, like 1 or 2 after a hard day at work. It's like it's turning into a communist country.
Yeah,
and then the woman, she's like, yeah, you gotta like wear seatbelts now, and you can't drink in the cars. Like, what next? We're a communist country. All right. So these guys met, okay? Andrew Jackson, who later becomes the president, and this Charles Dickinson guy. You know, there's probably a lot of those named people, not the Charles Dickinson, right?
Dickens.
Was it the Dickinson? Okay, so Andrew Jackson let Dickinson fire the first shot and hit him in the chest, the bullet lodging near his heart. Jackson stayed on his feet and pressed the wound. Did this on purpose. So, because how duels work, if you're not familiar, is everybody gets a shot, bro, no matter what, right? You're just usually the way it goes, or we watching the movies. You're like, first shot, because I don't want to get shot, so I'm going to try and get you first. Andrew Jackson was a gangster and maybe a little bit psychopathic, right? Because he said, like, bro, you said some shit about my wife, and you called me a liar and a cheat and a bit. Oh, I'm going to take care of you. And this dude took a shot to the chest so that he could then just raise his pistol, stop that half-cock misfire, under the code of time that allowed him to recock. He took deliberate aim and shot Dickinson in the chest. Dickinson died later that day from the wound. Only United States president to ever kill anybody in a duel.
And then Jackson carried that bullet in his body the rest of his life. Caused him chronic pain. Some accounts say that lead poisoning contributed to his death later. Wow. What a freaking G, dude. Wow, Andrew Jackson, my boy. Homie.
What do Andrew Jackson and 50 Cent have in common?
Yeah. 50's got him by a few, but you know, the bullet also is probably way bigger though from that revolver than like,
and made 100% out of lead.
Like, first off,
bro,
dang,
that's crazy. I thought
you
that
know
was
what?
wild.
If you're gonna do a duel with a dude, you better have a swole chest because you gotta catch that bullet, and it's not with your hands like Mr. Miyagi, you know. You gotta catch it with that peck. That hard, rock hard peck.
Well, that's ruthless, man. That's,
dude, like
that's
how
crazy.
that's great. Like he either had just that thick enough of ribs, or just that lucky enough of a spot. Like he was off on aim just that much. The powder load was just that under.
Yeah,
that didn't have enough penetration. Just wow. Wow. And this is why we document stories and keep them going, because
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's just gnarly.
Oh.
My chest hurts thinking about it.
Back to the
I
main-
got chest pain just thinking
Back
about
to the
it.
main story. Grok's like, I don't know what you're talking about. There's not like widespread like voter roll fraud. This is literally the topic that started me asking the Grok thing because I wanted to see what it would say, right? Was Harmeet Dhillon literally saying there's hundreds of thousands of non-citizens found in the voting rolls?
The 400 who voted knowing that they weren't entitled to. And today she hasn't responded to us yet, but she did tell the New York Times and others in New Jersey that she wasn't going to give us that information because, quote unquote, we would weaponize it and she doesn't trust us with the data. Well, who can't be trusted with data, Governor Cheryl? It seems like it's actually New Jersey because these people said they weren't entitled to vote and then you put them on the vote.
What is weaponizing? What's the difference between like, yo, I'm trying to get the facts so I can put people in jail? No, you're weaponizing it. Yeah. Yes, I am. Now give me the effing information so I can get the criminals.
Yeah, like they don't do this in other with murder suspects. Oh, you taking that information from that store owner of the video of it, you're now weaponizing it against that man.
You're weaponizing the security footage against the murderer.
Yes. Okay, weaponizing.
That is correct.
Again, just using a word because it sounds bad when it could be many other words that mean or deal with the same thing. Leverage.
Right.
Oh, hey, leveraging
leveraging
is bad, you know, because that it would be bad for them. That is bad because that's not equal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then hey, you could even make the argument
all they try to do is cheat around
if a
us.
lefty's trying to say that a criminal alien that came into America didn't commit any crimes, right? They're like, oh, I thought we were only going to deport the ones that had a crime.
Yeah.
Well, then what happened if they voted, dog? That one's clearly a federal crime if you're illegally voting in the road, like, you know, like.
Yep. Oh, we mean violent crime. Oh, yeah. Again, to this, like, we're
and then
going
what
to be
is
more
that?
specific, blah, 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 blah.
Same thing as always. Move the goalpost.
Yep.
Move the goalpost.
Yeah.
Move the goalpost. I proved you wrong. Move the goalpost.
Voter rolls in your state, blaming the vendor, calling it a glitch, etc. It is the job of the election officials, not some data vendor, to determine citizenship when they put people on the voter rolls. That's federal law.
24 states don't use the free U.S. state system to check their voter rolls. That's half of the effing nation.
Yeah.
And it also sounds like, Liz, the state allowed these people to stay on the voter rolls for more than a year after they knew that they weren't legally entitled. That is a violation of federal law, too, federal criminal law. So we're looking at this very carefully.
And like at the end of every one of these, everybody together with me, all right? And where are the arrests? But sometimes I get stuff like this and I'm like, I don't even want to cover it on the show, dog, because, you know, I like finding stuff that is like, you got the completion of it kind of, but, you know,
again, limbo.
Can't fill the whole show with like actual results, unfortunately, you know, like, you know, the James O'Keefe one had a result. Dude's already been fired.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
That was fast.
He's gotten a lot of people fired, bro.
Fired.
He's like number one employment pruner.
You need your employment.
Freaking computers, bro. We were literally just looking at locals, and then it's like, you're logged out now. Speaking of the end of a story, I've got a story of justice for you.
Yay.
Justice hath been served?
Oh, Walz.
Tim Walz appointee Vance Boelter, if you remember this man, has been sentenced to 2 life sentences plus 40 extra years for the murder of the Minnesotan House Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman.
Oh, man.
If you don't recall, this was the guy that they tried to get his roommate to come up and say, oh, he was a Trump supporter. Yeah, he was MAGA. And he was like some kind of looking like a little bit, maybe like he may have been nudged to tell this story to the TV.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we found the facts of Boelter working for Tim Walz, as well as his wife working for Tim Walz as a senator.
Well, you
And
wouldn't
then
say.
we found no King's flyers in the car of the man and a hit list of other Republicans. This is the guy that literally went door to door and shot like, I think 2 reps and they didn't die. And then shot the Melissa Hortman lady and she died. I think he hit the husband too, bro. Yeah, he killed Hortman and her husband soon after she voted against the Health Care for Illegals Act. Or bill in Minnesota. That was the one where she came out and she was like,
giving our money away for healthcare while all these other Americans are denied healthcare.
Well, and then this is another example of why nobody wants to run Republican, bro. This woman was a Democrat and she decided it was in her good conscience to side with her constituents, the people that elected her to be there, or she was representing. I forget if she's like appointed elected or something, you know. This woman decided to vote across the aisle and vote on a Republican thing, not side with the Democrats, and then her and the husband were murdered. Coincidence, maybe? But this is literally why people got to be put in jail. And this needs to be put all over the flipping news, dude. Because this is the stuff that people need to see. So they don't go out and do stupid stuff. People need to see the repercussions of this, dude.
Yep. You will actually rot away in the metal cage for the rest of your life.
And this one's from Nick Sorter. He's a good account to follow on X. He'd be posting some great news all through the day, man. So if you're on X, follow the Nick Sorter. If you're not on X, what are you doing with your life? Build yourself a better news feed, man.
Nick sorts a lot.
Keep Facebook if you like, Dingleberry, like, keep like Instagram if you like, junk food, social media, but get an X account for some news. Dip in once or twice a week. Maybe you find some other nuggets that we weren't aware of, and you let us know on the show each week when we go live.
Nugs.
But Nick Sorter is stoking the engagement on this post a little bit, because then he asks, "Will Walz pardon this guy too?" Somehow he is still the effing governor, bro. After all the fraud stuff, nothing's been figured out enough to remove him from position. Totally factually bummer, because it seems like the dude's definitely screwing things up, man.
Yeah.
Allegedly a Trump voter. Allegedly. I don't know about all that, bro.
Yeah, I got high doubts.
I'm a little biased. I'll admit it. A little biased, but my bias is because I've watched, listened, and read way too much information.
I just have a lot of information that seems to point different directions.
That's like you trying to talk me into the sky being a different color, and I'm like, sorry, bro, I'm biased. It's blue.
Well, actually, it's this and a refraction of that.
I've seen that color, and people said that color is blue.
To our brain. That's all we need to know. Well, it's actually shut up. The sky is blue. Keep it simple. That's it. If the nerds want to learn the real science behind it, let them learn. Those are the nerds. Don't confuse the rest of the flock.
Here's the bill I was trying to think of. Congress has passed a bill banning members of Congress and their spouses from trading individual stocks in a 232 to 198 vote. This is called Billception.
Billception.
A bill voted on by people that are directly and only affected by the bill. Billception. But that's good. I don't know if it, I really don't know. I don't know if I've thought about it enough or consumed enough ideas about it or intel, but I just on the surface don't think that Congress should be able to trade individual stocks. Now maybe they should invest in the S&P. That could be allowed because then they're invested in America.
Right. Yeah.
Just in general, a big group of companies.
Yeah. I don't want to say you can't invest at all. Like that's kind of part of getting rich in America.
Right. Freedom. Rights to do stuff like that. Right. Very capitalist.
Yeah.
198 Democrats voted against it. Well, I mean, yeah. How many Republicans voted against it? None. The internet has definitely frightened. Pressure is good, folks. Public pressure is good, but not to the murder level like the Boelter guy that took out a literal representative. But public pressure in a legal manner, mostly spoken in an intelligent adult manner, is highly recommended in how the country was founded. And they used to punch each other in the face on the Senate floor. I'm almost into that.
Yeah.
But it is a little bit barbaric. I will agree. A little bit barbaric.
Little
oh yeah, and then
extra.
the community note was trying to clarify the House of Representatives passed it, not the Congress. So the poster may have mistyped, but it is Benny Johnson. Everyone makes mistakes, but I don't know. I kind of trust Benny typed that in right. Benny and his team are pretty on point. Definitely be following the Benny Johnson on X and YouTube. If you are not familiar, follow that Benny. Isn't it crazy how nobody in Congress can balance a budget, but they've all managed to somehow become multimillionaires? Just don't understand how to fix America, though, but my pocketbook's doing great.
Yep, can't fix it for everybody, but I can fix it for myself.
Maybe we need to elect the accountants. Like, duh. Haven't thought of that yet, right? Screw the Congress guys. Yo, who's your accountant? We're electing that guy. Okay,
maybe. Feel like
electing
them
that
just,
guy.
Feel like them
Put
just
him
talking to accountants would do it, but yeah.
Get the accountants that are making all these Congress people's multi-millions. Get them in office, maybe.
We need the accountant.
Jiminy Christmas.
What a good movie, The Accountant.
What you got for us here, Dano?
If you know anybody with some health problems that don't exactly make sense, whatnot, maybe this could be something to do with it. Or just even general, but either way, just for everybody, because we're all in environments of food where plastics are just everywhere, and it's actually wreaking a lot more havoc on our bodies than we realize. For those listening and not watching, I have a title. I think we all know microplastics were a problem, but this doctor explains how bad this problem really okay, I guess I missed happens
to all of us.
Right, yeah. How bad this problem really is, and we might want to take this a bit more serious. Can you guess how many credit cards worth of plastic get into our bodies on average?
Ooh, that's an interesting measurement. How many credit cards worth of plastic are getting into us?
Like in a certain amount of time. I can't remember for sure, but it is a surprising amount in a surprising short period of time.
Hit it with the intro.
The receipts you get, that ink on there is loaded with forever chemicals and microplastics. Teflon pants. I mean, these things are leaching microplastics.
A lot of us have figured out that was horrible for us, right? It's like another effing Roundup.
Yeah,
dude.
but like so the scary part, like I'll summarize. It's a long video. It's 43 minutes, but
and then fill in any gaps.
Yeah.
Major chemicals, forever chemicals that damage your entire body, and that's disrupting your hormones. It's increasing your cancer risk. Almost every health condition you can think of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a short little like brief vision into what. Yeah, more about right there. Yeah. Oh yeah, even a little bit more before that. Even
Oh, like let it roll.
Testicles, every single one. And microplastics are also found in our arteries. By the way, if you have higher levels of microplastics in your arteries and that worth of plastic in the brain. When they studied men, and here are some other statistics that are somewhat shocking, okay? When we go and study a human brain, all right, there is a spoon's worth, a full spoon, imagine that, worth of plastic in the brain. When they studied men, they found that every single human male had plastic actually in their testicles, every single one. And microplastics are also found in our arteries. By the way, if you have higher levels of microplastics in your arteries and bloodstream, you have a
400% chance of voting for Kamala Harris. What?
450% higher risk of a heart attack, a stroke.
I was just like, wow, this is interesting. I was like, I'm gonna let him spill the beans and see how close this is. I was like, maybe he actually watched part of this before. No, that's just
Microplastics in your arteries and bloodstream, you have a 450% higher risk of a heart attack, a stroke, or early death. So getting microplastic.
Talk about like another thing that years go on before.
Screw the 5G and lead paint and all that stuff.
You know, but also talk about like how we find something like years later and we're like, actually, you know, dude, golly, like
that's why like this whole the not jumping on thing so quick, like, oh, maybe a jab, like a formulated jab that's supposed to be for this like brand new disease.
Dude.
You know, maybe you don't jump on it right away because there's things, the human body is just so complicated, and this whole environment we live in is complicated. We don't know the repercussions until like a decade later.
What do we used to put food in?
Yeah, glass.
And then what do we all put it in now? Throughout all of our Tupperware. I don't know if you've seen that, but everywhere, all the Tupperwares basically got swapped out to new modern glass. They're dirt cheap.
The Pyrex, yeah.
It's dirt cheap. It's like $40 and you get like 8 of them. Like, unbelievable.
I mean, they're still. I mean,
there's some plastic on like the seal.
Well, I mean, yeah. Except for that, that's middle class. That's middle and upper class still. This the Rubbermaid plastic is still like $12 for a whole set.
Sure, but well, just like all healthy things, save your schmeckles and buy that.
But glass is becoming more popular,
and it'll last longer for you. And you can take the lid off and microwave it, and you're not microwaving microplastics into your freaking food. So worth the saving the schmeckles and getting it like.
Yeah.
Out of your body and not being exposed to them is one of the key things you can do for longevity and curing any health problem. Now, they're even finding
bold
I don't
treatment.
know if it's like way earlier or way later in, but it's like 3 credit cards worth of plastic.
Interesting.
Within, it was either, I believe it was either, somehow a week. I don't think, that's a lot of eating. Well, but if it wasn't a week, it was for sure 90 days. People on average have at least 3 credit cards worth of plastic they can.
Interesting.
That's a lot.
That's wild.
You like never think all them little bits. Because like, you're like, dang man, eating a whole credit card. I mean, it's not a lot, but like, you know, that would also, I wouldn't want to, you know, that would suck to eat, you know, and chew. I sure wouldn't want to eat a whole credit card one because the taste was so bad, but just that
like
amount
this
of
much
crap.
plastic in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't that wild?
Yeah, that's weird.
Because what a lot of people don't realize is the skin, you know, it's a big sponge.
Largest organ in your body.
And
like that always weirded me out.
Another reason why, you know, clothing is also very important. You got to pay attention.
All the chicks found out about that spandex yoga pants type thing.
Oh yeah, a lot of this is because of our clothes.
Yeah,
are all polyester. How many fibers get like brought off in each wash?
Absorbed.
Well, think about it. That's also getting absorbed into your skin. it's hard to think it's absorbing threads of, this, but it is.
Right. Absorbing something off of that material.
I mean,
yeah.
they're tiny little, particles that are being abrased off of it microscopically.
I think they're micro.
Yeah. You know what? You know what's why these are so bad to the microplastics? Because they're like, you think like glass is bad. Like if you're to envision like, oh, if I ate like chopped up glass, obviously that like rip up my insides, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, microplastics is the exact same thing.
Right.
They actually are a lot of people that have leaky gut. It's actually because of this.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting prescribed all these other things. It's actually because microplastics.
Yeah.
Because the microplastics actually like go right through your gut lining, like
fiberglass or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
micro cutting you.
And so also all these people being all tired and whatnot, they also, I guess, are.
I bet brain fog. It's the spoonful of plastic in your brain, like you just said.
The one big main thing is they are very easy to go through the blood-brain barrier.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you have the spoonful in your brain.
That's like one of the worst things that can happen to you is foreign stuff passing blood-brain barrier, right?
Yeah. Which is why mercury is so dangerous, because it passes the blood-brain barrier.
It's so fun to play with, man.
Yeah, dude. Red mercury also can make us very advanced as a civilization and save us a lot of cost, but it is too deadly to work with.
Interesting.
But yeah,
just like nuclear stuff.
Yeah, the microplastics are also, a lot of people are like tired. So a lot of people that have long COVID effects, I guess a lot of it's also having to do with these microplastics because they're just in there busting our mitochondria up too.
And that's why you need more methylene blue, bro.
Because our mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, are all getting busted by all. So that's why you have no energy, because they're all just getting destroyed. All of our, like fighter ships are getting destroyed by the artillery. These microplastics blowing holes in all our batteries, per se.
That's interesting.
So you have less cells being able to make. You're just making more mitochondria instead of mitochondria making energy for your body. Obviously, if you're losing batteries, it's hard to stay charged. Charging the batteries you have left.
Yeah, right.
If you just keep losing batteries, you lose voltage. If you know anything about
and that's why
inline batteries.
Boomers drink 3 cups of coffee a day, and millennials pound energy drinks. Gen X and millennials.
It just changed the caffeine thing, whatnot, but yeah.
Well, this is what leads us to do that, to try and get the energy back or something.
A main thing, y'all that are like to be healthy, and you're like, oh, tea's healthy. Be very careful what that tea bag is made out of,
right?
And stuff
we
like
got
that.
pretty hippie. We got the little metal thingy, and then you just put some in that guy. And
that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, I just throw it in there because I like to push it around.
Turkish coffee type.
No, I'm not that
tea.
Ridiculous.
That's how they do Turkish coffee.
Yeah.
They just put the grounds right in there.
Mm-hmm. Huh. This guy's showing here a little board. It says the plastic fighting plate. It's got broccoli sprouts, number 1, cilantro, and I don't know what the hell that is. What is chlorella? It's supposed to be a normal vegetable. Wild small fish, bone broth.
Yeah,
bone broth's like super good for you.
Wild small fish like anchovies,
Dude, anchovies
and
are supposed to be
sardines.
super good for you.
Oh, sardines especially too. Yeah,
I meant sardines. I think. Yeah.
Both of them.
Both is
Mackerel's really good. Mackerel's a little bigger, but
wild blueberries. Everybody's known those are like woo antioxidant good for you, right?
I get those out of my backyard.
What are bitter greens? Arugula. Okay, like greens that are like a little bit bitter.
Yeah.
Kale, pomegranate.
Like there's a lot of people have a misunderstanding. They're like, kale's so good, and then they eat a bunch of kale. Don't eat a bunch of kale.
Wait a
eat
second.
Tiny amounts of kale every once in a while, because kale is actually like those microplastics, and when you eat it down, it's actually very aggressive on your digestive tract.
Garlic and onions, avocado, and then matcha green tea. How many of those items?
The matcha green tea, I guess, is a big one.
How many items on that list are in the famous Joe Rogan morning smoothie? I think the only thing that's missing is the ginger.
Yeah, turmeric's really good for the liver.
Yeah, turmeric is better absorbed with fat, so you should drink it with milk, not water.
Extra virgin olive oil.
Oh yeah. That's how you do it. Okay, I'd probably do it right because that's like the fatty oil type thing. Yeah. But careful that I don't overdrink olive oil. That probably has a side effect or some shit.
Yeah, no, you could. Yeah, you definitely could. You don't want to have too much of that.
it.
But you definitely want some extra virgin olive oil because it is very good for you.
Man, me and the girl were on a matcha stretch, man, and then we kind of just fizzled out. Haven't got back around to it. You're on a tea stretch too. Interesting. All about that health, man. All about the health.
Bobby, he just wants you healthy.
Do you like this guy?
He
or was
personally ran over the cow.
That was funny.
himself.
That was hilarious. And then he wanted to get his favorite cut of male raccoon, but we said, that's too far, Bobby. That's too far. His jokes, folks. His jokes. He's a comedian, bro. He can just like...
No animal cruelty happened here. It's all just jokes.
Do you watch this guy regular, or was this a random?
It was kind of a random pop-up. The algorithm, the algorithms and the phone must have been listening to me.
Seems like good intel, but we don't super duper know him. But check him out, Mr. Dr. Josh Axe on the
Sometimes
YouTube.
when you watch a really good video that you're like, this is like showing what I've been looking for. Yeah, maybe can't hate the Big Brother tech listening over you too bad, because that's how that happened. It is listening to what you're going through and actually trying to help you in a sense. I mean, really trying to sell you something. Let's be honest, we're in a capitalist society, but that's supposed to be the thing: trading and bartering and buying and selling.
Yep. If everybody that talked about conspiracy theories all of a sudden saw ads for the TrutherCast, that'd be very good for us.
Whenever you think that's crap, though, because I can't buy it, I have no money, I'm always broke in this capitalist society. All you have to do, think, why don't you be a little bit more like a Democrat? And why are you paying? Why are you even thinking about paying for it? Make somebody else pay for it. Take the strategy of a Democrat. Use somebody else's money to pay for what you want.
Oh, I thought you were going to go old school and just be like, be a little bit more, givey outy with the BJs, problem solved.
We're going to promote that unless it's specifically to female crowd.
I mean, I didn't say I was accepting from anybody, but if somebody was that was going to give you the stuff you wanted, whatever, like if the capitalism's beating you down, I don't really.
We promote creativity here.
Yeah.
There's always a way. Never think there's not a way.
And friendship.
But remember, always try to keep your dignity. That's the main thing.
I mean, crackheads figured that one out years ago, bro.
That one, not the dignity part, but
no.
Yeah. Just be clear.
Capitalism's beating me down.
Just be clear.
I need more crack.
No dignity in the crackhead actions.
Which one of the drug dealers in my phone takes BJs?
Oh man, I bet
too much.
Thinking about how that's evolutionized through the years also would be back in the day, they're probably like making phone calls. Now they're just like scrolling through Facebook and seeing stories like, oh, he was over at this chick's house. Yeah, he probably got he's off the list, and they got to go through. They just go through the social media account first, and then they can pinpoint more easy who they're gonna target to give the BJ for the free crack. What are we talking about, man? This ain't the news. We gotta.
I tried to shift. So anyway, this other one I was saying, we're getting closer. The White House press secretary, Karoline Leavitt, just dropped a political earthquake.
Earthquake.
I was trying to be dramatic.
The ground shaking.
Nearly 10 years later, thanks to the declassification of documents by the Director of National Intelligence, the truth has finally come to light. Vindicating President Trump, that's me, I'm vindicated, and exposing Barack Hussein Obama's seditious conspiracy against the United States. Bro, I want arrests just like the next person. But if we could at least get a full charge on a like Trump level equivalent person, it would be a one up because they couldn't get anything to stick on Trump. So if we could get one to stick, I would be pretty okay, cool. At least we got there. You know, big ask. I'm going to jail. Right. We landed on a charge that 100% stuck and they couldn't get away from it. Comey, they just like unsealed stuff that's going on with that case, and they've got him for 2 felonies right now, like threatening to murder the president, and then like talking about murdering the president. A little bit of a the old double charge on the same thing, but they got him for 2 felonies right now.
Good.
All right, so we got let's listen to Karoline on this one because Barack Hussein Obama might be a little bit in trouble, just a tiny bit, you know.
Barack Hussein Obama.
Another matter, over the past few days, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has unveiled shocking new evidence that former President Barack Obama and top aides in the Obama administration conspired to subvert President Trump's 2016 election victory and undermine the democratic will of the American people. While publicly pretending to engage in a peaceful transfer of power, in private, former President Obama went to great and nefarious lengths to try to sow discord among the public and
might be a recycle. I think I got duped. Now that I'm listening, I think this is a recycle.
Maybe, maybe not.
Because she said Tulsi Gabbard just dropped it, and that was like a couple weeks ago.
Does it say the date or just the time of live? Go down. Go
never
down.
Says the date.
Live one. Man, that would be helpful.
That'd be a real helpful one.
Right, but then you couldn't recycle the content, right?
Well, then no, that'd be the purpose of it. So then people aren't like, making false news on, hey, this is new, but it's not new.
This is how you do it. If you're not on X, it is literally the best social media platform ever created. So you hit the Grok button, and then it automatically flips over to AI mode and breaks down the post for you, and then gives you a little box where you could like continue the convo and ask questions about it. So I hit that. It says the X post from WikiLeaks shares a video clip, blah, 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 blah. It is unofficial account, briefing references a declassified 2020 blah, blah. What date was this press briefing from, though? What up, Mr. Niltamir in the chat, by the way? Thank you very much for stopping on by here, good sir. Sometimes you type stuff in here and I'm like, I can't read. I can't translate the gibberish, homie. What's in a sense, watch The Apprentice? I don't get that one. We are a little bit squirrely. We do try to stay on topic, but... 11 o'clock. Niltamir, speaking of gangsta, were you here for the story about Andrew Jackson? That's the gangsta story of the week.
Yeah.
Dude took a bullet to the chest and then dual killed the other guy because he was talking ish about his wife and calling him a cheat at like betting or something. Yeah. Only United States president to take someone out in a duel. And then walked around with the bullet in his chest for the rest of his life. And people speculate that the lead poisoning led to or aided in his final death. July 23rd. That's the date of the White House press briefing. Okay, no, this is new? Yeah, the post is taken from multiple factors. I am clarifying, is this new or a recycle from weeks ago like we were wondering? I'm asking the Grok. That is from the 23rd, bro. So that would be on the topic for this show here from last week. Oh, look at the years. Boom, 2025. Yeah. So this was a recycle. All right, sorry, false alarm. Trying to get Barack Hussein Obama.
Houston.
False alarm. Live fact checking ourselves. Okay.
That's what we like to do around here.
Sorry to give you blue balls, but
sometimes
I might slip up, be in a little bit of a rush to just get something on the feed, and maybe I didn't do my due diligence.
My balls, they are so blue.
Next up, whoa.
I didn't get my Hussein action.
The identity services provider for New Jersey uses. The identity services provider, New Jersey, okay, at the DMV is firing back at Governor Sherrill, saying that the New Jersey Division of Elections were the ones who registered 6,600 foreign voters. This was not a software error. This is a scandal. This is from the Nick's order again. He's really good on it. I get a lot of my news from the Nick's order.
Yeah, I like his post.
A serious software error in New Jersey's motor vehicle system led to the improper voter registration of what we believe to be roughly 6,600 people in our state.
Democrats said it's not a bug, it's
When New Jerseyans applied for a driver's license or identification at the MVC, they were asked if they wanted to register to vote. In the case of this error, some individuals indicated that they weren't citizens and weren't eligible to vote, but the software registered them anyway. The error in the software was corrected a year later in June of 2024. That is more than 2 years ago. I learned of this last Wednesday, and I immediately ordered my chief counsel to launch a comprehensive investigation. Currently, the Division of Elections is working to ensure anyone who is illegally registered is removed from the voter rolls. Initial analysis shows that fewer than 400 newly registered individuals voted in an election due to this software error. They were
Yeah, bro. And the analogy is so flippin' simple as like, bro, what if you own your home, okay? Maybe you live in an apartment and you're renting, but it's like your place you're living, right? And then all of a sudden, I just brought over 10 people and said, we're all voting on rearranging all of the items in your house and what we're eating tonight and, you know, all these things that are pretty important to you and like, how you want to live your life in your home. And I just brought over 10 people and said, we're all voting to do whatever the hell we would like to in your home. And we all happen to vote the same, and it was all not what you wanted. And that's the analogy. Just letting criminal aliens that are voting illegally.
Yep.
Like, that's the point of having flipping rules, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know, hey, man, I'm, you know, former extreme rule breaker, just like the best of them. Now I try to you know, not break them, but you know, like rules are important. The older you get, the more you kind of comprehend why structures are created, because thus civilization. Without the structure, it is actually chaos in the wiki wild, which is also what's brain dead about Democrats right now, extreme liberal Democrat narratives, right? They're all just trying to like tear everything down. And like, I used to be on that one, and I was like a dumb kid that my mom thought I was in the liberal camp. Like, damn, I always thought I was like in the middle, but I guess, yeah. Those are kind of like liberal ideals I was talking about, damn it. Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody used to be liberal, then the goalposts moved.
All right, bro.
Not everybody, but a lot.
I'm just glad I was never a TDS patient.
Yeah. That's just because we had figured out enough early enough.
We have a working brain.
We were able those problem solving things in math and whatnot.
It's
Back
because my parents loved me.
There's a specific. I forgot what they called it specifically in the education system, but it's where you're able to, break down the problems of what is being described to you and actually figure out what needs to be figured out.
I think it's your
and what's
frontal temporal lobe.
The real root cause of the problem. Comprehensive problem solving skills, maybe I think is what they called it. Something like that, but not everybody's brain is made for it or is like coded for it or however you want to say it. It just doesn't do the thing. Some people's do. Can they be taught? Who knows?
On the wise words of Forrest Gump, bro. Stupid is as stupid does.
And I was stupid. And I was still stupid. And I was stupid. You know, it's like
how many times did you hear that life is like a box of chocolates when that movie was popular, bro?
Oh,
and their mom was saying
even when it's not been popular, you hear
I
it
haven't
all
heard
the
that
time.
in a while.
Oh, I hear it still.
Yeah.
Every here and there, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here and there. Yeah, don't forget, folks, receipts are in the link description box down below. You can pull that up on our website where it's got everything that we talked about today. But that's all I got for you. Anybody got any last minute topics that maybe need a little more awareness? I haven't heard about ultra right beer in a while, but it'll be fun to wear this one today. What are they doing? I wonder what they're up to. Some of these like current state of the times. Whoa. They go out of business? Well, it's because they're on Shopify, bro. That place is a robbery. They literally just increase their percentage pricing on you, derivated on how much you sell.
So it's kind of like how
it's like a totally fair business thing, but they're not really doing anything.
It's how they want the tax system to be?
Yeah, dude. I think it's super duper shady web development. Like, if you made your own website, you just pay for the hosting and that's it. You can sell as many shits on your website as you want. But if you're ignorant and you go to big fancy marketed Shopify, you're like, oh, it's free to get started. Then you sell things and they're like, oh, you're going to need to pay me now. All right, okay, I'll pay you like $40 a month. Well, now you're selling 1,000 things. I'm gonna need a cut out of that. Like I would do that if I was like ongoing maintaining the site or something. Like, like doing work on the website or something. Like, try the forgot your store feature. What's that? Get into your store, bro. Did ultra right go down? Oh, I was just gonna say. I wonder how these companies are doing where they were like started in the like really the heat of the movement for the election and stuff like that. And like they just kind of like fizzle away kind of thing.
Still make your money in the time and then get out of there. You know?
Yeah, right. Just like in and out, man. Move like butterfly, sting like bee. Ultra Right beer has not officially shut down, though it has faced major production hurdles, ongoing customer complaints regarding fulfillment, and a federal trademark challenge from Anheuser-Busch. What? They were like, lawyers, can we go get that Ultra Right beer because we really screwed up with that Dylan Mulvaney thing? We need to go like snatch that name from that company.
They have hijacked it. We need it back.
What? With a U.S. Patent and Trademark Office claiming the Ultra Right, the quote Ultra Right mark infringes on Michelob Ultra. Bruh.
Damn, Michelob, screw you.
Get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
Screw you, Michelob.
Oh yeah, are they on X? Have they posted anything on it? Yeah, Ultra Right Beer. Their flagship line was called Conservative Dads. Their link in their description is broken. And they haven't posted since last year. So they got put out, bro. Dang. Interesting. There's a lot of conservative dads.
Yeah, generally it's. I mean, first off, it's only gonna be so many places, you know. Like they're just gonna grab generally whatever's. They'll go out of their way a little bit, but not that much. You probably gotta go out of your way a lot for some of them places.
Did they start after like the Dhillon thing? I think probably after the Dhillon Mulvaney Bud Light thing. Somebody decided that was an opportunity waiting.
All right, yeah, probably. I can't remember for sure, but that sounds right.
Nothing else from anybody in the chat? Anything from you, Dano?
Nothing else. Oh, one last thing. Patrick Kane is back to the Blackhawks, baby, for another 2 years, $8 million contract.
What does that mean?
It'll be a good season. 60 days until regular season starts back up.
Like, who's that dude? Is he like the Michael Jordan or like
He
lesser?
was basically like the Michael Jordan of the Blackhawks before they separated him off the team.
How good is he overall, like, historically?
I
like
mean,
LeBron James? Is he the new OMG?
I
Or is he
wouldn't
just
say
like
he's
pretty
LeBron
good?
James because the LeBron James would be Ovechkin, you would probably say.
Okay.
Because he's got the most goals.
Okay.
But
for Blackhawks.
Yeah, for Blackhawks, he's like one of the biggest main stars. Yeah. He was our captain for all of the Stanley Cup winnings in 13 to 15.
Cool.
And Taves was there as the second hand man. Taves is now out of the Blackhawks, but we have Bedard and now we have Taves. Yeah, they're it's already hilarious. All the media people were making, like somebody made some dude acted like he was like Bedard. And he's just like off in his own thing, like doing so. He's like, "What? We're getting a newbie on the team? Really? Who's that?" And then it showed like it cues the hard music, do 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 do, and then it shows like dramatic Patrick Kane just showed up. He's like, "Holy cow, dude! I need to play with Patrick Kane," which is just funny because he's like Patrick Kane. Like he is like Patrick Kane himself. Like he is the newest Patrick Kane of the Blackhawks. Like he's been their biggest goal scorer over the last few years. And this dude's like, "Oh, I get to play with Patrick Kane." He's like, so, because he's like baby Kane, but now he's all like, oh, like he's the star of the team, and this dude's like, "I get to play with it." He's not like, "Oh, this dude gets to play with me." Like I'm the star. That's why we like Bedard. He's so humble.
Okay.
He's also the one that was very loud when the Hawks were trying to push the whole LGBTQ thing, and he was like, "This is about sports, not politics. I'm not in on it." Yeah, that's who Bedard is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Were any of them on the U.S. Olympic team?
Taves and Kane, I believe both were on the. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they both were. I don't think Bedard was. Bedard's too young and too new, so he didn't get on there. But I'm pretty sure Kane and Taves were.
Damn, that main kid with the missing tooth and scored. He looked like he was just some young bloke, dude. That was crazy.
Yeah. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Yeah. No, he's
kid on the Spain World Cup team that just won the entire World Cup, right? Dude just turned 19. And he's the star player on Spain's team.
Is the World Cup over?
Yeah, Spain won.
Oh, Spain won the whole thing?
Yep,
I didn't realize.
Big upset Argentina was super dirty. And like one dude, like there's like a big investigation and like a follow through of them getting in trouble over like the last game. And Argentina guy straight like tried to choke, grab, shove the guy, like just like over the line, bro. Like, hey, bro, we're trying to play. Like it's not hockey. Like we're trying to play soccer here, you know? Like, So Argentina was super dirty the whole game, but it was like they were off, bro. Almost like they were throwing the game, or you know, you could conspiracy theory, all you know, till the cows come home. But they were off, bro, and Spain whooped them, bro.
Think about it. If Argentina would have won, then they probably would. The leader would have been like, we won the World Cup, so guess what? We're going to spill all the Hitler files. And then the world would have melted down.
Javier Milei, well, it was interesting because everybody was conspiracy-theizing that Argentina got all the way to the last game through corruption, and they were supposed to win, like the FIFA's corrupt, and Argentina, and they won last year.
Donald Trump's, advice. They must be corrupt.
It was free that. It was free that. The FIFA's stupid corrupt.
Yeah.
Like they're like super corrupt, I guess. Like I haven't gone deep into it, but my brother's a little more into it, and he was telling me like they're well known and like a bunch of weird all things like all the time.
What a shame.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely, they say.
What? In the upper echelons of the National Hockey League, I don't think there is any corruption. It's too great of a sport. Zero corruption. Everybody should watch hockey and support hockey, start playing hockey, get your kids in hockey. That's what it's about.
Bruh.
Why would you play a sport that like uses the grass that's there in season? Why don't you play a sport where we have to make the ice artificially most of the year?
Where you basically
so we can
play never play it unless you pay money.
It's one of the most expensive things to do. Oh,
it's like horse stuff, horse sports, and then hockey, dude. Like
the engineering and everything to making an ice arena work, and just the cost of maintaining, keeping the ice cold, and all that.
Yeah, dude, I don't even want to know
exactly why we need more of it. It's a flex.
I don't even want to know how much a pair of skates is.
I mean, it's bad.
You know what I mean? Just something like I haven't
also
looked at
don't
it
know.
since
I haven't
inflation.
looked at it. And
you're gonna
all
old
I
man
know
go,
is
what
that all I know is when I get back into the beer league or whatever, like I ain't buying brand new skates unless all of a sudden I've won the lottery, come into some big old money.
I'll stuff socks in the toes, bro.
I'm pretty sure like when I last asked somebody who's more into it recently, it's like starter skates, like just like some like beginner level, like mediocre skates are like $400. And then like for some mid-tier skates,
probably like
$600 to $750, and then the good stuff's like $1,000.
So basically the pricing of everything.
Brand, for a good phone.
If you want a shitty computer, $400. If you want a decent one, like 7 to 8.
Yeah.
If you want a nice one, $1,200, $1,500, $2,000 up plus. Like
you want good lenses, designer frames, $500. If you want mid-tier, $250. If you want cheap crap, $60. Yeah. Right now you can't get them under $100 barely. You can, but they are very cheap.
Very cheap. Very cheap.
Yep. Well, that's what we got. Let's get on. We got things to do. I'm already thinking now, getting anxious on all the things I have to do.
You were the last one talking with the thing you wanted to share, man. So relax. You're done now. It's okay.
Well, now I am.
I'm done talking, Scott. Wrap it up. Demony Christmas. You flip-flop like my wife over here, man. Freaking like a door in the wind.
All I said is, all right, I'm done getting my crap. Time to wrap it up. That's basically what I said.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. If you didn't hit that thumbs up or the subscribe button on the way out, please make sure you do show. Listen to Mr. Dan the Man. Don't be the hoe.
Share the show.
And then, we'll see you next week, everybody. We got the 2. We got the 1. And then there's something else that we had too.
Hey, it's our best friend. What's all right? How you guys doing?
Oh.